Hello Starshine, it's me Capricorn, and I'm here with our first Let's Play. Now actually, our main sim is at school right now, and I probably should have waited for her not to be at school. But that didn't happen, so let's meet her parents first. So this is her father, biologically. And his name is Princeton Goode. And his goals are to be a master chef. And he's currently only in the beginning stages. He doesn't really have any skills because I haven't been really working on him at all. And this, oh wait, can't click that. His traits are perfectionist, active, foodie, and then the essence of flavor, which comes from the master chef thing. And all his needs are good right now. As you can tell, I already cheated. Let's just get that out there. I don't not cheat. At least on The Sims. His fiance wants to be a master mixologist, so get it, like he's a master chef and then like his fiance wants to be a mixologist. They could definitely open up a place together. And he's also just beginning, but he's slightly more ahead, I guess. Like, I started him a little bit before, so he's a little bit higher. He also doesn't really have any skills except for mixology. I completely didn't remember having them talk. Okay, we'll get to those people next. His traits are geek and active. I didn't care enough to give him that many traits. And I could only really see Cricket having a geek and active stepdad. And all of his things are way up there because I'm a cheater. I'm awful, that's why. Let's zoom through this so that we get to meet Cricket faster. This is all baby Cricket Goode. She is, guys, we needed to meet him anyway. Okay, thanks game. So Cricket, go home. Wow. Okay. So Cricket is, her main goal is to be really popular. Okay? So, like, yeah. She's been, I've made more giving sims before, but I thought it'd be nice to like play with a little Miss Popular for a little bit. So this is Cricket Goode. She really wants to be popular. She's a snob and a romantic, and she is going to be our legacy founder. But I didn't just want to start with a young adult who had like no money or anything. I wanted to start with somebody who would have history with the characters, and I thought it'd be fun to have like some teen drama because, you know, all the teen drama, right? So here's Cricket. She's so happy. Hey there. See, like, her dads are really weird. Okay? Like, she's not not like her father's at all. But her dads really wanted to like spoil her a little bit because she was going to be living with them instead of with her mom, who I like to think of as like a really businesswoman and like up there, and she just felt like she couldn't take care of Cricket as much, and that the big city wasn't really doing anything for her, so she was just gonna let Cricket be with her dads. And so she's been with her dads for at least a few years. And so when they moved here, they didn't really have a place for her, and they wanted to kind of move on a piece of land. So really, the house was kind of cut in half when they first began. And then they began a remodel and addition, and they made her like a really big room. So let's look at her really big room, because personally, I'm a fan, mainly because I made it and, you know, custom content. But look at it. She has like these little... Her style is a little bit like industrious, I guess. And oh, here's our friend. Let's invite him in here. We're getting to the plot much faster than I meant to. Well, let's pause. Her house. This is her room, okay? Like, nice room. Good job, me. Good job. And here is like her bed, and she has like some books, probably like a diary. Ooh, a diary. And there's some lights and her little desk area, books. Okay, but doesn't this look like... You can't tell me that this doesn't look like the little lamp that like most YouTubers have, like when they show in their vlogs. Like, I don't know, maybe she's a YouTuber. I don't know. And then here's her bathroom. It's supposed to be like really girly, but it's pretty much the twin of the shared bathroom out here. And like, yoke. And then I didn't really put much thought into the dad's bedroom at all. I'm just classy like that. And then here is her piano. So I don't remember if I gave you a look-see at her levels yet, but piano is actually her highest level thing other than charisma or mischief. But I really wanted her to be good at an instrument for some reason. Like, I wanted her to be like, piano's real classy, I'm gonna be good at piano. So I've been having her practice like piano every day, which I've only played like 2 days without you, just because I really needed like time to establish some relationships. And now here we have, this is such a weird face. I didn't want to bring you in on such a weird face. Well, whatever. Oh, you can't tell his traits right now because we're not in his house. Well, we're leaving. We're gonna go. Should we go? Just kidding. Let's go to manage. Fine. Let's go over. Just kidding. No, we're going into Managed Worlds. We are going into Managed Worlds so that you guys can meet the other members of the Let's Play. Woo! Save and go to Managed Worlds. Save and go to Managed I'm so awkward. Anyways, here we are. Oh, the house. The house, I downloaded it from Little Simsy's 10K build because I love Little Simsy, and I just know that, like, they had, like, a lot of people were entering and they were making really good houses, so I figured that I'd use one because I do not have enough time to make more than one house. And let me tell you, I'm not about that life, okay? So, yeah, no, not about that. So, complete props to whoever made this house. You can find it under, like, base game. If you just go base game, and then for Little Simsy, it's one of the last ones, and it looked really cool. Shout out. Also, I did get some inspiration from the Steal Family Let's Play, but I'm not intending to, like, steal any plot things, so you should just go watch Little Simsy. Anyway, yeah, for having the snobby teenager as, like, the main founder or anything, that's not something I'm intending to, like, steal from Little Simsy or anything. I just thought it was a kind of neat idea and that I could have, like, my own plot with it. So let's look at our friend. This is okay, Dad. This is Coleman Greco. I don't know if I pronounced that last name right, but he wants to be a computer whiz, and he has actually not done anything for that, so let's fix that. He's sort of like the nerdy twin brother. So our twins here are Cole, and oh no, that's not what I meant. Our twins here are Coleman and Leif, because I didn't remember, so I had to find it. So Coleman and Leif, and so Coleman is sort of like the nerdy one, and you see he's like a quick learner, genius, romantic, because both these boys are romantic. And Leif is active, dastardly, and romantic. And his thing is that he wants to be like public enemy. And then his dad actually has the same main goal. So, which he hasn't done anything for. But, which I really need to do. Well. Oh, do him and the dad don't like each other. Okay. His traits, though, are klepto, he's a clever, and self-assured. Just because that's what I was feeling that day. But, you know, he really needs, like, to work on that. Anyways, so I was thinking that maybe they're, like, some sort of ex-mob family, but they still, like, have the like, they don't know about it, but he does. And he wanted to be with his wife, who's, like, wants to be, like, a painter, so he left his, like, mob family to be with her. And so really his, like, wanting to be doing, like, public enemy stuff is really just, like, passed down family thing. And, you know, Coleman, he just wants to be, like, normal family, and I feel like he sort of understands, because he, like, learns really quickly that, like, their family isn't into good business. Okay, their family isn't the greatest, but we started to have, like, you know, bad bitch twin, nerd twin, and eventually I kind of just want, okay, but same though, at all of these. Yeah, no. Wow, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the main point. Eventually, I want Cricket to choose between Coleman or Lath. And, you know, I feel like currently Coleman is just going to be a friend. And Lath is going to be, like, her fascination for a while. But I don't know if that's just, like, her teenage thing. Like, maybe her and Coleman are the true OTP and I just don't know it yet. You know? So, we can decide that later. Here, let's let them do their thing. They all make the same sound. Oh no, what was that? Was that your pals? Was that your pals asking you to, like, go graffiti something? I don't know. Oh yeah. Coleman has an A because I'm a dirty cheater, but also because that's in his character. To, like, be really good at everything, except, excuse you, you don't have, you need to do your homework. My dude, do your homework. Okay, see, I don't want to have him do his homework because then he'll, like, start improving, but I also don't want him to, like, completely flunk out. So I guess we'll just do, like, 25% of our homework. Am I right? Am I right?
Oh,
so he's not
yes.
a good guy, but, like, whenever he's supposed to be more angsty, but when I reset everybody's traits to happy, it just sort of turns them into not angsty. So fine there. Let's meet. Oh, yeah, you haven't seen their mom. So, like, their mom is kind of... Oh no, let's pause. Let's pause. Their mom is supposed to be, like, super laid back, like, free love, flower child type thing. And she is kind of, like, she knows that, like, the dad has a dark past or whatever, but she just doesn't, she's not super up and up about it, I guess. She's not, like, clear on everything. She's not inspired, but she's gonna be painting. Wow. I don't know. I want to make sure that they're doing all the stuff to have their aspirations met. But also, I really just want plot. Am I right? Am I right? Plot! Okay, so... wow, I'm such a nerd. But I'm gonna go to Manage Worlds again. And I'm also going to have you meet Cricket's two best friends. Now, let's start with... Should we start with her bestest friend or her really good friend? Let's go bestest BFF forever. Because that is lit. Why are you there? I guess we'll be on the dad? Okay. Wow, loading screen's real awkward. Am I right? Am I right? Now I know what Little Sims means. Okay, so Pilar. This is Pilar. She is also a snob. She wants to be, like, a musician, and she's also good, because who said that snob and good were contradictory? Am I right? So she might be snobbish, but at least she's, like, really nice, I guess. And So this is Pilar. She's best friends with our pal Cricket. Look, they're like really, really good friends and best friends, and they're neighbors, except they don't really know much about each other, and that's just because that's not the type of people they are, I guess. How do you know Dawn and Eliza? Okay. So, did I even work on any of her skills? She's got a little bit of a fitness skill, I guess. Let's have you do your... Where's everyone's homework? It's probably upstairs, because I think that's where I had her work on it last. But, oh my god. I never... Where is everything? Okay, but this was also a house on the gallery, so don't, like, credit me. It looks pretty amazing, though, if I do say so myself. If I do say so. Wow, I'm really lost in this part. Well, since I have no idea where her homework is, how about we just, let her fitness, I guess, so that she can at least get up to a second skill. And then this is her dad. So I didn't make her mom because I really was just not feeling like making her a mom. So she is just going to have to deal. No, I was thinking that maybe maybe this town is just like a place for second chances, because I feel like for their house that they, like, her mom might have like kicked the bucket or something like that, but she's being raised pretty much single-handedly by her dad, and he doesn't have a job right now, so we're gonna fix that. But you know, they're pretty much on good terms. They're not like on bad terms. He just needs some help, okay? And you know, I feel like Pilar is sort of an old soul, so she's sort of used to raising herself, you know? And, oh my gosh, we're getting so close to the end of the part. You still need to meet BB. Okay. So, yeah, let's leave their house. Cricket? Okay. Just taking a stroll. Alright. So, now we're going to be meeting up with her last really good friend, and I'm so sorry that this was just like explaining characters this part. Maybe I'll just load up the second part real fast. Let's look at BB. That's the only one that's home is the grandpa. So I feel like with this, that this is an up-and-coming neighborhood, and sort of people just, the land was sort of split up by like shareholders and stuff like that, and you know, people just sort of bought up the land, and people are finally moving in because they had like recent developments in the city next by, like right by them, and instead of like selling their property and, you know, getting the profits from that, they're gonna just move in, and it's just sort of like a second chance neighborhood. And I feel like Grandma, I can't even remember her name, like Grandma Poppy and Patrick. Poppy and Patrick, oh, that's so cute. They're like real, you know? I love them. I feel like they own the land and that they're the ones that with all the money and stuff. That they're the dudes, you know? And so they kind of like Allison, their daughter, and BB's mom, like maybe they didn't get along for a little bit, and so she has to be nice to them now because she's like out of a job and she really needs them, and like she really needs that cash money, okay? And she just needs to hang around while she's getting back up on her feet. And wow, my part's almost over, but like she really just needs to be with her parents right now. And then this is her daughter that she's raising single-handedly. And I don't know, I felt like her dad maybe might have left or something, or they just aren't together anymore. I don't know. But they are really good. Cricket and her are really good friends. And BB her name is literally BB, and which actually means in East African, daughter of a king. So you know she's gonna be a queen. Am I right? I'm awful. I'm sorry. But her traits are, and I just skipped over them twice. She's good, she's self-assured, and she is another musician. And, you know, I feel like she's just gonna be the light of our lives, you know. I have no idea. But I love all these people, all these Sims. And you should really like and subscribe if you want to see more of them. Links to my Tumblr in the description box below. I really just appreciate you guys coming to this video. And so now